Alright, this week I'm going to be starting a watercolor painting. I'm still deciding which of these three pictures to use as my reference. But it's going to be a gift for my partner. Mother's Day's coming up, so got to get started on that. Only have about a week left to go, and yeah, this needs to get started. We were at a craft fair, and there was somebody who was making these like moody paintings of the moon that my wife was very drawn to. So I was going to take a photo that I had taken while we were in Maine in 2020 and paint that. Here. Alright, so we have these three pictures. We found the spot where the moon was rising in between these two land bits over this bay. It was full moon, so it got really dark really quickly. This picture here is like bumped way up to get the colors out of it. I'm not going to do supernatural colors because these are all kind of boring. This one's better. I don't want to just paint a whole thing of blue with an orange dot in the middle. I'm leaning towards this one right here. I like the leading lines. I like the little shine off the beach here, and these trees are really nice. I'm also going to keep a decent amount of this color in. I also captured some clouds. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. This is also cropped way in, so it's kind of blurry. And this is with an old camera that I had with so many dead pixels. It's pretty embarrassing. So this photo is basically unusable. However, I think a painting will look nice. So yeah, I'm going to get started. I think I'm going to go do two versions of the painting. One where I do a very light sketch and then paint it. And the second one is where I do a light sketch and then use an ink marker to do a lot of outlines. So I think it'll be a fun experiment where I do two of the same paintings with slight differences. And yeah, could be a lot to learn. So starting that tonight. Alright, so I'm about to get started, but I realized I wanted to put a little bit of detail in the moon. I have a different photograph that has some of the features, and I just wanted to articulate some of those so that I can get some light and some dark regions of it. I'm not really like a good watercolor painter. As you guess you've noticed, if you're watching anything in this show, I don't do anything consistent enough to get good at it. But I do enjoy it. And I do know that best thing to do is start from the lightest color to the darkest color. And yeah, be really, really patient. I actually think it's going to benefit by having two side by side because I can work on one while one's drying. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of get started. So far, I definitely like this one better. Why this? Without the lines, I just don't feel like moored, and this looks choppy. I don't know, I haven't figured that out. The other thing is this moon is not standing out. I think I need to darken the background a little bit. This one feels definitely more like it's glowing, and I think a lot of that has to do with just the outline, the ink part. So now I'm going to start to add some reflections into this. And what I'm going to do is take the same blue that I was painting the water with and add purple. Decent amount of purple. And add back some of that dark blue. Alright, I think I'm going to take a break from this and let it fully dry. And then come back later tonight. Because I don't want to overwork it at this point. I think we're in a good spot. Clearly this one looks way better. But I'm going to keep trusting the process and keep working on it. I can always go back and add the ink. I don't kind of know where I'm going to go next. I have a slight issue in that this photograph was taken basically at night, and these paintings do not look like they're at night. They look too vibrant. The blues are too bright. I'm not getting this like navy blue or something that's happening here. So I'm planning, and the same thing goes for this diffuse light to the side. I think I'm good with this center reflection being pretty bright. It's everything else that needs to be knocked back a bit. But to do that, I have to do kind of a dark wash over all of the water that I've painted so far. But it kind of scares me because I really don't want to screw this up. But I think it looks too weird otherwise, so I'm going to do it anyway. So that's next. And so yeah, the good thing about not liking this one as much is that I get to practice on it. So yeah, I'm going to get started on the edges and work my way towards the center and towards the reflection part. Okay, so right off the bat, it's too close to this bottom. I see that. I do like that it's pulling the saturation way back. Yeah, it might be a little too heavy-handed, but I think it's a good start. Yeah, so I think I'm going to kind of creep in a little bit more with... Yeah, I don't know. Does it need to be like a warmer dark? The other thing I'm going to do is use the same color that I'm using on this horizon line a little bit. It helps to have kind of the same color reflected in two spots so that it doesn't look entirely out of place. It looks like it belongs to the painting. And then I'm going to dilute it a little bit and add it back up here, and then just kind of drag it in. Alright, let that dry and see where we land. Alright, so these are the two that are done. I forgot this piece. I would say that I like the outline version better. I think the non-outlined is a little sloppy, and I think that comes down to my technique. I think I could have penciled it a little bit more and not seen the pencil outline, but I could have followed it a bit better and it wouldn't have been so muddied. So I think this is the piece I'm going to give as a gift. I'm going to come back and retroactively outline some of this. See if I can save it, see if it's worth saving. But ultimately, I think I got what I want. And yeah, then I can mount it and get it ready to frame. There's some improvement, but I still think this one's better, so that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, from here I'm going to flatten these. So basically that consists of wetting the back and pressing it and letting them dry. I'm going to end part 1 right here, and in part 2 we'll mount it and frame it. Thanks for hanging out.